air. Gold bells shining, they all dare. Tougher, fists held high. Warriors fight till the night says die. FWE, where battles define. Every broken bone, all by design. Chained to the thrill, they let it be. This ain't a game, it's FWE. FWE, where battles define. Every broken bone, all by design. Chained to the thrill, they let it be. This ain't a game, it's FWE. Oh, FWE, FWE. Oh, FWE, FWE.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to tonight's episode of FWE Fantasy Wrestling Entertainment, as we've got Paramount in the rearview mirror looking ahead to Fallout. I'm Seth Cole alongside the Tri-Wizard champion Jack Mitchell. Jack, a lot has taken place here even since we left the showcase of the Immortals. Storylines are starting to get put together here, getting ready for the, I'll put it in quotations, I will say the pun, the fallout from that big main event.
Absolutely. We're getting closer and closer now to our next PLE, and we kick things off tonight trying to find out who the new #1 contender is going to be for the Wayfinder, or for the Women's Cruiserweight Championship.
Mulan successful in a 2 out of 3 tables match against Elizabeth Swan. We saw her last week successfully defend the title against Elizabeth, albeit maybe a little bit of help from her fellow Disney Queen member Jasmine. We heard Jasmine's music hit, did not see Jasmine actually make an appearance, but now Mulan has put Elizabeth Swan in the rearview mirror, and as you said, we now wait to see who her next title defense will be against. I believe we're going to be hearing here in just a few moments from the current Women's World Champion of the Galaxy.
And we are a big night for Mulan at Paramount. Let's hear what she's got to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, the age of Mulan has begun to see the dawn, and I assure you, it will not be setting anytime soon. Let's not forget that up until about 2 months ago, I was just an afterthought here in FWE. No one even seemed to remember I even existed. But then I won the Royal Rumble, and suddenly I was the name on everyone's lips. My stock rose. My image was in all the headlines. It should have been my crowning moment. But what did the news articles read? Underdog wins the Royal Rumble, faces near impossible challenge against one of the greatest women's champions of all time. Even then, even after defeating 30 other women, even after securing my spot at FWE Paramount, I was still not good enough. Well, to all those who doubted me, to all those who never even gave me a chance, look at me now. And I know that there's a whole horde of women back there who are going to want a shot at this title, but since I had to prove myself worthy, guess what, ladies? You will too. So now I'm going to go backstage, bask in the beauty of this championship belt, and anxiously await to see who my next opponent will be.
Well, hold the phone. That's Elizabeth Swan, the longest reigning Women's World Champion.
162-day title reign came to an end at Paramount.
Obviously, business is not done between these two, it would appear.
Oh, Mulan, now I get it. Now it all makes sense. You see, just like how you buried the entire Hun army under an avalanche of snow, you are now burying the entire FWE universe under your avalanche of lies. You say that everyone never gave you a chance against me at Paramount, that you were fighting back against all the naysayers. Well, for someone that wasn't going to let peer pressure get to them, never have I seen someone stoop so low to reach the top. Let's recap, shall we? You feel that you cannot beat me in a fair one-on-one fight, so what do? You put me through a table. Last week, you again believe you cannot successfully defend the title against me on an even playing field, so what do? you call on your friend Jasmine to create a distraction, costing me the match and the belt along with it. Now, I will take care of Jasmine later on tonight, since I absolutely owe her a receipt. But I still believe that I am owed a fair one-on-one match for the chance to reclaim my women's world title.
You are owed nothing, Lizzie. You faced me twice. You lost twice. So the only thing that you are owed now is a seat at the back of the line.
Hey, Mulan. Hey, while we are talking about lines, should we maybe talk about who should be at the front of it? See, I don't know if you remember a little inconsequential match that we had a few weeks back, but I think I might have pinned you. 1, 2, 3, in the center of that ring. And I would say that since I technically at the time pinned the champ to be, that would qualify me as the new #1 contender. So if you're looking for a future opponent.
Wow, Moana. You really are not used to this, are you? See, as a former women's hardcore champion, I know that you don't ask for a title shot or guess you deserve one. You simply tell why you're going to take one. And so while we're on the subject of who pinned who, I know that I pinned you about a month ago, and if it's for who should face off against Mulan for the title, I'll be glad to do it again.
That's funny, Widow, because if memory serves me correctly, I pinned you too, just recently, remember?
Yeah, when my foot was clearly on the ropes and the ref was too blind to see it. And then what did I do the following week? I made you tap out.
Ladies, all this animosity, I'm loving it. But in case anyone isn't aware of who I am yet, hi, I'm Ivy. Now, I think that if you ask the former champ back there, she will tell you that in all her time in the ring, she has never come up against someone like me. I'm the first woman to ever kick out of Pirate's Plunge. Never been done before. I am the woman who, in a sense, softened Swan up for you, champ. Now, I know that I don't have all your glistening careers and I'm still fairly new to the game, but I can't help but feel, Mulan, that the reason you're even holding that belt is partially because of me. So while we're on the subject of owing a debt, maybe I should just come up there and collect mine.
You take one step inside this ring, Ivy, and I will drop you. And that goes for all of you. All I hear is words, words, words. Clearly none of you were listening to a word I said. Not a single one of you are worthy to challenge me for this title. You argue about where you are positioned in the contendership line. Well, newsflash, there is no line. And until that day where someone finally meets up to the standards of what a true fighter for this title should be, I will continue to be your FWE Women's World Champion.
Is this working? Am I on? Okay, good. Oh boy, when I agreed to take on this job, I didn't realize that I was going to be thrown into the fire immediately. Okay, so it would appear that every single one of you has a pretty fair argument why you should be in line to fight for the Women's World Championship. However, that honor is only going to go to one of you, because this is what we are going to do. Since Miss Swan has a match later on tonight, in 2 weeks, on the Go Home show to FWE Fallout, it will be Elizabeth Swan versus Moana versus Black Widow versus Poison Ivy. And the winner of that fatal four-way match will go on to face Mulan for the Women's World title at FWE Fallout. Oh, and just to spice that up, next week you four ladies will be in tag team action against each other as well. So good luck, ladies, and may the best woman win. Here's a new sheriff.
I'll tell you what, I'd say that's a pretty heck of a good matchup that our new FWE Commissioner Woody has put together. #1 contendership going to be determined in the Go Home show to Fallout.
You know, no disrespect to our old commissioner, but good job to have Woody on site to remedy that whole situation. We'll have more FWE coming up after the break.
Fall out in the air, breathing poison everywhere.
saw there, December 4th will be when Fallout takes place, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And one of the two women here are looking to head to Fallout.
Making her way to the ring from Long Island, New York, the Surfer, Susan Storm.
We heard just moments ago, FW Commissioner Woody putting together some really good matchups revolving around the #1 contendership for the Women's World Championship. We're going to have a tag team match between the 4 women that'll be fighting in that Fatal 4-Way next week. In a couple weeks' time, the Go Home Show, Poison Ivy, Elizabeth Swan, Moana Black Widow, Fatal 4-Way to see who will face off against Mulan for the Women's World Championship at Fallout. And the former FW commissioner, before he turned over the reins, made the announcement that there's going to be a new belt here in the women's division, the Cozy Cone Cruiserweight Championship. We already know that Ellie has moved on in this sort of mini tournament, if you will. Susan Storm looking to advance here tonight as well.
We're stepping in, we're not stepping out. What I say, this are your teams that make up this style.
And representing the Queens from overseas,
Ariel looking to get herself back in championship contention, although this time with the women's cruiserweight title, obviously a former hardcore champion, so gonna get gold back around her waist once again here in FWE. It'll be the second of 4 qualifier matchups in that tournament for the women's Cozy Cone Cruiserweight Championship, and we'll have a fatal 4-way at Fallout to determine who the first holder of that title belt is going to be.
I've been told as well that those final 2 qualifying matchups will take place on November 20th, next Thursday night. The following Saturday on FWE Extra on the 22nd will be the 4th and final qualifying matchup. Last week it was Ellie able to defeat Kita to move on in this tournament. You mentioned about Ariel. She's held Championship Gold here before with a former hardcore title. Susan Storm, though, opportunity for her, much like Ellie was able to last week, to, for the very first time, get into the title picture for a singles title. I believe Susan Storm's been in one, if not a couple, of matchups for the Female Fighting Championship, but obviously has not found success in either of those.
Be trying to turn those fortunes around here tonight. Dropped on the knee, though, by Ariel. I'm going to go with those spinning head scissors.
As we heard just moments ago, still to come tonight as well. Elizabeth Swan looks for a little level of retribution against Jasmine after the occurrence of the Women's World title matchup last week. As Ariel looks for the forearm there in the corner. Susan Storm now in trouble there. Also tonight, women's hardcore title, we've talked about it here. Well, that's on the line here this evening as well. We ended up hearing after the conclusion of the 20-minute Iron Woman Gotham Rules match at Paramount, Jessica Shelton winning that title, Wonder Woman invoking her rematch clause here this evening. And I've been told that Jessica Shelton, she was told she could name the stipulation. That women's hardcore title will be contested inside of a steel cage here tonight.
Gonna make things very, very exciting. We're finally gonna get to see the steel cage come down again. Been a minute since we've seen it.
Running Bulldog there by Ariel. For those that didn't tune in to our FWE Extra episode this past Saturday, is Hold On Mermaid Splash comes up empty there by Ariel. I thought that if she hit that, that might have been the matchup right there. Susan Storm dodging a bullet, able to get out of dodge. But last Saturday night, we ended up seeing Belle and Rapunzel successful against a number of former teams here in the women's tag team division. Hang on, I think Susan might be driving by. Big drop kick to the side of the head there of Ariel. Hold on, here's the cover
That could be
to
it.
advance. This could be it, to your point. Oh, and Ariel able to kick out at 2. Springboard moonsault there by Susan Storm, but we ended up seeing Belle and Rapunzel basically put Team Let It Go, Mystery Incorporated, Daughters of Thanos in the rearview mirror, eliminating them from competing for the women's tag team titles as long as they're holding the belts, as PTO locked in there. I might not have been able to get a good enough grip.
I was going to release the hold, but yeah, as you said, that's a lot of names now that have been basically completely taken out of the women's tag team championship picture. You know, they're not going to get to challenge again until the title belts change hands. And we still have not had a multi-time tag team championship winning team on the women's side of things.
Only team I can think of right now. Oh my gosh, Ernest Wright going down. He did that a couple of times past Saturday and now does here as well. Got in the way of that Hurricane Rana and caught the tail end of it.
Take things ringside, and the referee's down. If somebody wants to grab a weapon and use it, it's legal. Or it's not necessarily legal, but you can get away with it.
And now referee Ernest Wright back up to his feet. Yeah, also with him being down, there would have been an opportunity to stay on the outside here a little bit longer before he begins a 10 count. Now he's going to start the 10 count here, and immediately Susan Storm deposits Ariel back in between the ropes. Yeah, it was, I believe, the only other tag team right now that would still be eligible to fight for the belts that formerly held them would be Shigo and Kim Possible. But Kim Possible, I believe, is in one of these qualifiers here for the Cruiserweight title. And we know that Susan Storm's going to be one of those that advances.
Here is your winner, the Surfer, Susan Storm.
I'll be honest, that disaster kick kind of took me by surprise. I didn't think that was going to be enough to put Ariel away, but apparently it was. Now Ellie and Susan Storm are going to make up 50% of that Cruiserweight field.
They are fatal four-way match, #1 contenders for the men's tag team championship up next.
If you think that any team chemistry can beat the bonds of sisterhood, think again. This FWE Women's Tag Team Division is going to learn what it feels like to fall to the greatest duo to hail from the halls of Arendelle. Ground game, bare-knuckle brawling, high-flying, technical prowess, you name it, we do it all. Bring on all challengers, we will always remain at the top of the tag team food chain. I'm Anna, and this is my sister Elsa, the best female duo in FWE competition. Send your best and we'll put them down. This is our division, and we are not letting it go.
Obviously, that promo was cut long before the events that occurred here this past Saturday night. But as you alluded to, Jack, now we turn our focus to the men's side, the men's tag team championships, which currently are in possession of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We ended up seeing them capitalize on the discourse of the faction known as the Family.
Is a fatal four-way tag team match. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 364 pounds, the Republic.
And I understand that whichever team is victorious here tonight, they will battle for those men tag team titles at Fallout.
They will, so we're going to have new #1 contenders, and just like that, they're going to get their match at our next PLE.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker. We weren't told who these teams were going to be ahead of time. We're learning the same time that you do, and apparently the Mario Brothers with an opportunity here tonight as well.
Really excited to see these guys in action. I feel like the Mario Bros have been one of the more electric tag teams that we've had here at FWE, but they have yet to score a win so far as a tag team. So I'll be really interested to see if they can get the job done here tonight.
Got to see Luigi in, I guess we could say, singles action. We saw him in that #1 Contenders Battle Royal. The opportunity to be at Paramount and fight for the United States Championship. Obviously, he was unsuccessful. Now joins his brother Mario once again in the tag team division. Two more teams still to be announced here. Again, a lot of question marks, but yeah, right now, I mean, you know, Mario Brothers have looked good. Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi's not really gotten to see a whole lot out of them. Some fresh blood here in the tag team division.
And so far, these two teams that have been introduced to start this match, they were both involved in that fatal four-way tag team match that we saw back at Mortal Kombat. Oh boy.
Well,
making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 380 pounds, The Rockers.
well, if you don't see these two in their usual family garb, there's a reason for it. In the weeks leading up to Paramount and at Paramount itself, Anthony McCurry lost the submission match to Michael Norman. He was then immediately omitted from the status of being in that faction. Looks like Cole Eastwood has followed him through the exit, and now the two of them together here tonight, now known as the Rockers, an opportunity to get back into the tag team division, title belts that Anthony never lost.
Indeed. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, wow!
How about this?
And their opponents at a combined weight of 488 pounds, The Family.
Well, it seems like we can never escape family drama here in FWE. Where Anthony goes, even if he's not a part of the family, he continues to be followed, continues to be hounded. Michael Norman, Matt McIntyre, now they're going to try and throw their name into the hat for the tag team titles.
I almost wonder if maybe Michael Norman feels like this is also his way of getting back at Cole Eastwood, because Cole Eastwood, you saw, he was the one who, you know, basically was forced to defend that title with Michael Norman on the lead up to Paramount.
Fantastic point.
Obviously, we know how that went for the family. Cole Eastwood was willing to sacrifice the tag team titles in favor of getting back together with his partner, Anthony McCreary. So now they'll be going solo by themselves. The family right back inside the men's tag team title picture. This is a tornado tag team match again, so you're going to see a massive humanity in the ring going all over the place. First pinfall or submission, I believe, is going to win it.
Past Saturday night, I apparently had not eaten my Wheaties. I was not with it in terms of information. I do have confirmation here tonight that this is an elimination style tornado tag team matchup. So you can end up being eliminated here, but the other remaining individual for your team can carry on for your tag team. Last tag team individual or overall tag team standing at the end of this one becomes the new #1 contenders. As here's a cover by Michael, I believe that was on Luigi, who kicks out at 1.
Michael had Cole down in the corner for a little bit. Some chops now by Obi-Wan. Oh, we had a pinfall. Matt McIntyre had a pinfall on Anthony, who goes to the... Oh, my goodness. He went to the outside of the ring, almost got a steel chair to the cranium, and instead kicks it out of Luigi's hands. Anakin searching for a weapon. That's not a lightsaber. That's a baseball bat.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't get a chance to use it, though.
That's the kind you swing and you have to make the lightsaber sound effects. Oh, roll up inside of the ring here. Obi-Wan Kenobi shoulders down with Michael Norman, and Michael able to kick out at 1. You saw right there, Mario was more than willing to watch that go down, because if somebody else has somebody else pinned that's not your tag team partner, you're more than willing to let them eliminate that individual.
Bridge pin there involving Mario and Matt McIntyre. Matt, of course. Oh, somebody smashed the guitar ringside as well. There's pieces of the guitar everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Anthony McCreary.
Yeah, somebody out there on that side in front of us here would have had that. Our camera obviously wasn't able to catch that, as this inside of the ring is what Ernest Wright's attention is going to be on here. Matt McIntyre and Mario. Of course, we now know that Matt McIntyre, when we get to the new year at Saturday night at Springfield, he'll be putting the United States Championship on the line against Ernie the Keebler Elf. So not only is he there in Michael Norman's corner trying to carry on the business of the family, he's got his own personal agenda he's got to deal with here as well.
Absolutely. You want to make sure you can try and stay at 100%. when you have that U.S. title defense. He's the only one coming into this matchup here tonight that has championship gold. Luigi was rolled into the ring, by the way, while Mario had Irish whipped Matt off of the ropes. And as Matt was running away from him, Luigi rolled back into the ring and kind of broke that attack up unknowingly. Ooh, big drop kick by Cole to Anakin ringside, right next to our announce table.
Chris Ray might want to turn around. The action inside the ring's taking place behind him here. He's watching all that's going on there on the outside of the ring, around where Cole Eastwood and Anthony McCurry and Obi-Wan Kenobi are.
You gotta have your head on a swivel in a matchup like this. Cover.
McIntyre looking to eliminate Mario.
Anthony's got another guitar.
Oh gosh, okay, that time we know who it hit. Right off the dome of Anakin Skywalker, and I don't think it had that much of an effect on Anakin. He then hit a reverse GTS on Anthony.
Jedi power coming in the full display here.
Inside of the ring now, you've got both of the members of the Republic. Oh! Might have been a miscommunication. I think Obi-Wan may have just super kicked his own partner.
I was gonna say, I think we were looking at the same thing. Couple shots there between Anakin and Mario. Mario down, but now Luigi trying to finish the job.
Locks in an armbar here on Anakin Skywalker. Oh gosh! Michael's got a Slim Jim.
Michael's got a Slim Jim. I was gonna say, I'm not sure what weapon that was. That was a giant Slim Jim. He might need a kendo stick, but we got a cover on the inside. It's Anakin and Luigi.
Oh, and Luigi was nearly gone.
Well,
gosh, Michael is...
I didn't think a Slim Jim was going to be the weapon of choice as to how Michael Norman was going to try and get his revenge on the former members of the family, now known as the Rockers, but I guess...
But look at the damage it did. Mario was down, Cole was down, Anthony was down.
Whatever works.
I guess so.
There's a backstabber by Anakin. Oh!
Eastwood back into the ring now. He's going to meet the fate of the spinning head scissors by Luigi.
Anakin went for a big boot, did not connect.
Series of elbows in the corner. Might be looking for that corner 619. Hits it. Oh!
Sleeper.
Rear naked choke locked in here by Michael on Cole Eastwood. Looking for some vindication from Paramount here.
Oh, I think he just barely managed to get out of the hold.
Well, Paramount and the weeks leading up, I should say, here for Cole Eastwood, but
big stomp by Luigi.
Goomba stomp by Luigi to take Anakin out and leave only one member of the Republic. Anakin is gone. Obi-Wan has to fight on his own.
And his last tag team standing in this matchup. Cole Eastwood. Oh, look at that by Luigi. He tosses Cole Eastwood over the top rope and it intercepts Obi-Wan.
Oh, no,
another guitar into the ring. This is gonna hurt.
Oh gosh! That guitar shattered over the skull of Anthony. Hurricane Rana there by Luigi, and now Michael Norman. Like he was gonna get in the ring and kind of wait for somebody to come in with him. Now comes back to the outside.
Those guitars are just brutal weapons. There's a hockey stick too, right to the skull of Cole Eastwood.
You notice, you talked about it. You notice how Michael has targeted Cole Eastwood for a majority of this matchup.
Yeah, this is the first time that Michael Norman has been able to get his hands on Cole Eastwood since what happened in the build to Paramount and at Paramount. So.
Eastwood walked out on Michael Norman when they were defending the tag team titles against the current holders of those belts, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ooh.
Came out and tried to cause distraction for Anthony McCurry at Paramount in that submission match. Oh, and Matt McIntyre with a half Nelson suplex there. I think Cole may have landed on that bat. And another guitar.
Another guitar was used, but did you see the kicks? And now the Goomba stomp by Mario. Obi-Wan is down.
He's the last one for his team. If Obi-Wan is gone, the Republic are out of the picture. And the pinfall is scored. We're down to 3 teams.
Notice how both members of the Mario Brothers were able to be the ones that eliminated both members of the Order. So I wonder if we'll end up revisiting that at some point in the future. But if you're the Mario Brothers, you're just focused on what's ahead.
Oh, wow.
was from Luigi, but that jump did not connect as much as he wanted it to.
Might have barely caught Cole Eastwood and Matt McIntyre, but certainly not enough that it affected them. And now, Anthony McCurry inside the ring gears, taking it to Matt McIntyre. Mario, armbar locked in here on Michael Norman. Oh, cover! Roll up! Roll up here by Matt McIntyre on Anthony McCurry, who kicks out.
Both members of the Rockers and both members of the family are inside the ring. There's an end of days.
Michael in for the cover. I believe the cover is in. Snap suplex from Cole Eastwood to Matt McIntyre, and Anthony's gone.
Insult to injury there as Michael Norman takes Anthony McCurry out of this matchup after hitting that brutal end of days. A nice kick there by Luigi now has Cole Eastwood down. The Rockers could be out of this.
Rockers down to their last man, and Cole Eastwood, 2 men each for the Mario Brothers and the family. Oh gosh! Luigi did not even see, got blindsided by Cole Eastwood, who went over the top, scored the senton, float over DDT to Matt McIntyre. Luigi had no clue. I was watching Cole, wondering where he was going. Well, he had a target in mind.
He did. That's just the brutality of this match type, though. You have to have your head on a swivel. Any attack can come from any direction at any point, whether you see it coming or not.
Mario might have been going for maybe a Hurricane Rana there on Michael Norman. Michael able to sidestep it. Now look at this. Mario Brothers trying to team up here on Michael Norman. This is smart. I honestly think if you're the family or the Mario Brothers, you want to target each other and then have just one individual from the Rockers, one individual from the other team. Keep the 2-on-1 advantage on your side.
Absolutely. If you're Cole Eastwood, though, on the other hand, you're completely by yourself in this matchup. You kind of want to stay back a little bit. You want to make sure, as there's a DDT by Luigi, you want to kind of make sure that you pick and choose your moments in this matchup here, because you're completely by yourself. If you're stuck in a pinfall or submission, there's nobody coming to save you.
No way he would make an alliance with the family. Do you think he'd make like a temporary alliance with the Mario Brothers? Kind of like, hey, let's get the family out of here, and then you can take me on 2v1.
That question was almost answered right there, as they both went for an attack on Michael. Michael's down, but now some targeting going on there, as that's the submission on the outside of the ring.
That won't count if Mario taps out, which he does. Mario tapping out, but it's not inside of the ring, so that doesn't count towards an elimination.
It wears him
down, hold on!
Though.
Blade cutter! Blade cutter by Cole Eastwood to take out Michael Norman! And Michael's eliminated by Cole Eastwood.
Retribution for Cole Eastwood after Michael Norman attacked him all kinds of times in this matchup. The family's down the 1, the Rockers down the 1, and as you mentioned earlier, now the Mario Bros have the advantage. It's a 2v1v1 in favor of Mario and Luigi.
Think of this scenario. If this had been a month ago, we'd be talking about still an opportunity for the family to get the tag team titles back. But Michael, make that Matt McIntyre and Cole Eastwood, they're on different sides of the battlefield now.
I mean, in this story, I feel like it can't be over unless Matt McIntyre somehow manages to win this matchup and get the family back in the tag team title contention. I really feel like we're not done seeing what's next in the chapter of the family.
Obviously, we've kind of figured out where all the alliances are. Cole Eastwood, Anthony McCurry now no longer with the family. Matt McIntyre appears to still be in the faction, continues to be loyal to Michael Norman.
Oh, I think Luigi was trying to throw a punch at Cole Eastwood, but it missed, and it connected with his brother Mario, though known the worse for wear.
Cover here by Mario on Matt McIntyre to take the family out of the tag team title picture, and Matt kicks out at 2.
You see that jump there by Cole. Now Cole alone in the ring with his former tag team partner, his former faction ally.
Cover in after the airplane head scissors. Could Cole eliminate both members of the family? He does!
That he does, but now he finds himself in the middle of a 2v1. He's going to have to eliminate both Mario and Luigi.
Oh, no! Goomba stomp! And just like that, I believe the Mario Brothers are going to be the #1 contenders. Yes, they are. we're getting Mario Brothers versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at Fallout.
Mario Brothers finally getting their first victory in tag team match, and it's been a long time coming, but they earned this one tonight here in a fatal four-way Tornado Tag Team matchup. They're the #1 contenders for the Men's Disney Tag Team Championship.
Opportunity for them to, for the very first time, hold championship gold here in FWE. First opportunity for them to headline a PLE at Fallout. Congratulations to the Mario Brothers. Up next, little unfinished business for the former Women's World Champion against Jasmine.
I may have the appearance of a princess, but I have the heart of a warrior. Don't take the glitz and glamour at face value. I've quickly adapted to how one survives on the street, and am not afraid to get down and dirty if the situation requires it. Using my wide variety of skills, I'm ready to stay one jump ahead of the competition and enter into a whole new world of championship gold. My name is Jasmine, and with my girls, we're ready to take over the FWE Women's Division with an iron fist. I'm trapped behind the palace walls no longer.
Notice the target button.
Last week, maybe not the physical presence, but certainly a distraction from Jasmine that allowed her fellow Disney Queens faction member Mulan to successfully retain the Women's World Championship against Elizabeth Swan. To that end, Elizabeth Swan requesting this one-on-one matchup here tonight with the Diamond Princess.
And it was granted by our FWE Commissioner Woody, so I would say that's a pretty good call as well by our new commissioner, because now Elizabeth has a chance to get a little bit of retribution, face Jasmine in the ring one-on-one, knowing this time she will be there.
And representing the crew from Kingston, Jamaica, Elizabeth Turner.
Elizabeth Swan, longest reigning Women's World Champion here in FWE, saw her title reign come to an end at Paramount. Now trying to get back into that Women's World Championship picture. As we heard earlier on tonight, she'll be in a fatal four-way in the go-home show for #1 contendership to battle for the title at Fallout. Where for Elizabeth Swan here tonight, I mean, you know, retribution on the mind, but how much are you thinking forward to not only 2 weeks from tonight, but also next week when you're going to be in tag team action, partnering with at least one of your opponents going up against the other two?
I mean, it's a busy schedule right now at this point if you're Elizabeth Swan, but you want to stay as healthy as you possibly can. Do your best to not sustain any kind of major injuries or long-term damage that'll carry over to those matchups, because you want to do your best to try and stay inside that title picture. 162-day reign, it's not a short one. So Elizabeth trying to quickly get herself right back to the top of the mountain.
That Women's World Championship, as you mentioned, she had a stranglehold on it. Only 4 women, including the current Women's World Champion, have held that belt. Wonder Woman held it for maybe about 5 minutes before Elizabeth Swan cashed in on her back at Sugar Rush. Cruella DeVille, the inaugural champion title holder here in FWE. And who very well knows, when we go to Fallout, we could end up having a 5th Women's World Champion, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Bell rings, and here we go. And for Jasmine, I mean, what do you think the situation is for her? Because she didn't physically get involved in that matchup last week. She didn't even come out to the ringside, didn't come out onto the stage. It was just her music hitting there on the Titantron that caused the distraction.
I'm not really sure if there's anything to gain, but, you know, obviously at the same time, if you're Jasmine, I think you're just thinking you get a pinfall or submission victory over someone who was the longest reigning champion on the women's side, I feel like this could be a career booster for her.
Irish flipped into the corner.
Ooh.
Jasmine with a series of back fists there, and she's going to hit the 619 in the corner. Jasmine, a high flyer here, not afraid to go to the top rope. We understand that she's also going to be in one of those qualifying matchups to try and get into the picture at Fallout for the Cozy Cone Cruiserweight Championship. I believe that she's going to be taking on Kim Possible here in this qualifying tournament.
That'll add another bit of layer to this one, as we've got a cover. As I was saying, though, you have to keep in mind that she's got the future title shot as well, so they both have future title shots that they need to be at 100% for. Or at least opportunities to get into them.
There and got caught.
Elizabeth Swann doing a good job reading her opponent, understanding how her opponents have worked, as there's a huge kick to the head. Ooh.
Oh, both women going for some type of a drop kick there. Great minds thinking alike. Head scissors takedown here on Elizabeth Swann, looking to put away the former Women's World Champion, who'll kick out at 1. Name dropped Wonder Woman as a former Women's World Champion. Up next here tonight, she will be getting her title rematch, if you will, taking on the new Women's Hardcore Champion, Jessica Shelton. Hardcore title on the line inside of a steel cage. Later on this evening in our main event, the Intercontinental Champion, Robbie Gilbin, going to be taking on an individual that you've had, well, let's say just a number of run-ins with here in the last couple of months. Dylan Young going to be in action in tonight's main event. Just big heel kick there by Elizabeth Swann.
That was a huge kick. I was going to say, we were pretty confident that the Women's Hardcore Championship was only going to be defended at Gotham Rules, because it didn't feel like anyone was ever going to be able to beat Harley Quinn in Gotham Rules, but that ended up not being the case.
Harley Quinn didn't get beaten. She got railroaded.
Absolutely.
I think the final score was 11-5 or something like that.
Something really lopsided. So.
Yeah, Jessica making a huge statement there against Harley Quinn. And we understood after that victory, Wonder Woman got in touch with FWE Commissioner, never got her title rematch. As a standing moonsault there by Elizabeth Swann to put Jasmine away. Kick out at 1. So Wonder Woman gets that title rematch here tonight.
I mean, the Commissioner's got to keep tabs on all these potential title rematches. You know, I've still got a title rematch for the Men's Cruiserweight Championship that I haven't cashed in on yet, so gotta remember these things.
Yeah, Harry Potter, I believe, would still have a title rematch for that Cruiserweight title as well, losing it at Paramount to Carson Gum. Oh, wow! Huge risk, but major return there with the springboard senton. Scores on Elizabeth Swann, and now up and over. Oh, might have been going for the Celine Del Sol, but got caught by Elizabeth Swann, who delivers a slam.
Feels like she's been reading everyone's books so far here. That's what made her such a dominant champion in FWE. Obviously not the champion anymore, but trying to regain her footing in the title picture. And so far in this matchup, doing a great job.
Releasing that German suplex. Jasmine was nearly thrown halfway across the ring. And now Elizabeth Swann in control, working over the arm of Jasmine.
Look out.
Could be setting up. Could we be looking maybe for Pirate's Plunge? No. Series of kicks. Setting up for the Pele kick. Scores it. Smartly gets in between Jasmine and the ropes. Cover is in. And Elizabeth Swann will get her retribution against Jasmine tonight.
Here is your winner, Elizabeth Turner.
Maybe a little momentum here for the former champion, looking towards the go-home show. That fatal four-way for #1 contendership to get back into the women's world title picture.
Hey, a little momentum never hurt anybody, and it's certainly not going to hurt Elizabeth Swann, who had all kinds of momentum while she was the world champion, looking to get some of that momentum back here and hopefully get title picture or title championship gold around her waist again. If I can get the sentence out, jeez.
That steel cage has been suspended above the ring all night long. It's about to come down. The Women's Hardcore Championship on the line. Jessica Shelton's first title defense coming up next.
You want to know how I got these scars? Not from wrestling, that's for sure. You see, because whenever I step inside of an FWE ring, I'm the one that's dealing out the punishment. And you know what? I love it. I sit backstage before my match just thinking of the many ways I can twist and torture my victims. That's the mindset of all of us in the Gotham inmates. Right, baby?
That's right, Puddin'.
So just remember that the next time you're standing across the ring from me, that although I may don an appearance of a man that borders on the insane, inside this head is a ticking time bomb of a brain, constantly calculating one move ahead of anything you can possibly imagine. So do yourself a favor, just stay out of our way. Otherwise, I won't be responsible for the consequences. FWE, welcome to your worst nightmare.
Is a steel cage match and is for the Women's Hardcore Championship.
Opportunity here tonight for Wonder Woman to become a multi-time Women's Hardcore Champion here in FWE, joining the likes of Elizabeth Swann and Ariel. Opportunity for Jessica Shelton to continue to make a statement since winning the title back at Paramount.
Feels like there's always a different energy amongst the FWE Fantasy Dome when that steel cage is looming above the ring.
Remember as well, Wonder Woman allowed Jessica Shelton to choose the stipulation in which she would defend the title. Just chooses a steel cage here. I mean, keeps it confined, takes the weaponry out of play, but the steel cage itself can be used as a weapon.
Absolutely. You can toss somebody around into that wire in the steel cage, and it's going to hurt.
We talked about Jessica Shelton successfully winning the title back at Paramount, but let's revisit what happened immediately after the bell rang.
You see that title that you now have on your shoulder? Well, it used to belong to me. And you know the funny thing is that I never got an official title rematch, so I've had a word with the FWE commissioner, and he has made it official. Your first hardcore title defense will be against me on the November 13th episode of FWE. Now I know that if tonight is an indication of what you are capable of, I'll have to bring my A game, but I'll be a good sport about it and give you the champion's privilege to name the stipulation for a match. Make it a good one, because no matter what it is, I promise you that by the end of that night, I will be a two-time FWE Women's Hardcore Champion. See you in 2 weeks, champ.
Definitely not what we expected to have happen at Paramount.
No.
There you go.
Cut the celebration a bit short there for the new Women's Hardcore Champion Jessica Shelton. And now we'll go down to our ring announcer, Mike Rome.
Introducing the challenger from Valhalla, Wonder Woman. And her opponent from Columbia, South Carolina, the Women's Hardcore Champion, Jessica Shelton.
So kind of going back here in the timeline for those wondering about this title rematch here for Wonder Woman. So Jessica Shelton won the title from Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn won the title from Ariel. Ariel won the title from Wonder Woman. But after Ariel won that title, Wonder Woman never got her title rematch before Harley Quinn took the title from Ariel. So this is Wonder Woman invoking the rematch clause that she never got upwards of about 2.5 months ago.
Steel cage has been lowered around the ring. You win by pinfall, submission, or by escaping the cage. You can escape the cage through that door that you see near the camera, or you can climb out of the cage, but both feet have to touch the floor ringside for the escape to be considered official.
Kind of different here for Jessica Shelton in terms of the matches that she was in with the title on the line. You consider both of those matchups that she had Gotham Rules against.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's a hard fall there for Shelton off that top rope. But you consider, Gotham Rules, everything and anything, anywhere was fair game. Now you're confined inside of this steel structure. You can't bring outside elements, weaponry, any of that kind into this matchup. It's basically now you got to rely on your quickness, you got to rely on your agility to counter the power and strength that is obviously advantageous on the side of Wonder Woman.
I will say this, though. There is no DQ, so even if there are no weapons brought into the ring, Jessica, we've seen her use poison mist in the past. That would be legal. You could rip the turnbuckle pad off of any of the turnbuckles. You could use that as a weapon, throw your opponent into it. That would be legal.
Again, Jessica Shelton crashes and burns. Twice we've seen her trying to escape the cage. You said one of those stipulations to be able to retain her title. Nice go behind there with the German suplex. Bridges into the pin and gets only a 1 count. Big hip attack there in the corner. We're only a couple of weeks removed from that Gotham Rules matchup that went 20 minutes in length. One would assume Jessica Shelton can't be quite close to 100%, had at least 2 weeks of recovery here, but what kind of weaknesses could Wonder Woman expose based off of what occurred in that Gotham Rules matchup?
So we're about to find out here. You saw earlier, Jessica was asking our referee, Ernest Wright, to open the cage door. Never fully completed the process of doing so, and I guess just kind of realized by the time that he was close to opening that door, Wonder Woman was going to get back up, and sure enough, back and forth we go.
Nice reversal there by Jessica Shelton. I believe that Wonder Woman was going for a belly-to-belly overhead suplex, and Jess was able to hook the leg to make sure that suplex did not take place there. Now has Wonder Woman down and going to work on the leg, specifically that right knee. Smart, take away the vertical base of the powerhouse.
Not only that, but also that's limiting Wonder Woman's ability to climb out of the cage if she chooses to win the matchup by that path, by that method.
Irish whip into the corner. Wonder Woman now going to look to work on the arm there of Jessica Shelton. Certainly looks like both of these two women have done their homework. Of course, Wonder Woman knows about those submissions that Jessica Shelton was able to utilize against Harley Quinn.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, blocked the clubbing blow that I think Wonder Woman was going for there. Both these two, number of reversals here in this matchup.
Indeed, but look out here.
Oh, goodness. Nothing pretty about that. Just throws Jess into, I don't know if she hit the steel cage. Definitely bounced off the ropes, though.
I think we would have heard it if it hit the steel cage, but she had enough wherewithal to kick out at once, so still very much trying to retain the title here, keeping those hopes alive.
Just raining in the boots. To the top of the head is Wonder Woman. Big discus forearm.
Jessica trying to get back to her feet. She will do so, but Wonder Woman has all the momentum in her favor.
Well, now look at this, just the knees up into the rib area. That'll make it hard for you to be able to breathe, and now follows it up with a fall-away slam.
I feel like the moment we see somebody slammed into the steel cage, it might be over. We've gone back and forth trading blows. These two going shot for shot in the middle of the ring so far, but at some point, the brutality of the cage is going to play a factor. Maybe not, though.
Roll up there by Wonder Woman, just able to get out at one. Big boot there, though. Went for the left hand, misses. Now scores with multiple hands, including an uppercut.
Wonder Woman, all the momentum.
A backbreaker there to Jessica Shelton. Wonder Woman looking to be a multi-time hardcore champion here in FWE, trying to make Jessica Shelton's first title reign a very short one. Scoop power slam. Cover is in to be the new hardcore champion. And Jess will kick out at 1. Still a lot left in the tank of the champion.
Oh, reversal.
Clothesline attempt into a Spanish fly. Jess into the cover on Wonder Woman and a kick out at 1.
Trying to do what she can while the momentum is in her favor. Here we go. Slugfest in the middle of the steel cage.
Right hand after right hand exchange. Chopped there by Jess. Another right hand from Wonder Woman. Whoever ends up winning this exchange. Oh! Ducked the first one, didn't with the follow-up kick. And Wonder Woman is down.
Wonder Woman gonna roll to the side. Just get thought about climbing out of the cage, instead deciding to put the job away in the middle of the ring.
Oh, whoa, what in the world is this? Maybe a suspended neck breaker.
Jeez.
Uh-oh. Looking
Look
maybe
out.
for the running hip attack. Wonder Woman is down. Just doesn't go for the cover. Might be setting up for something more. There's the octopus lock. Locked in. Harley Quinn tapped out this multiple times in that Gotham Rules matchup.
And Wonder Woman's tapping. I thought she was.
Well, I thought she was too, but apparently not.
Thought maybe that the foot hitting the floor a few times was a tap out, but our referee Ernest Wright didn't see that. Maybe that wasn't what we thought it was.
Clothesline from Wonder Woman. Oh no, going for the go behind, looking for the Amazon slam. Hits it. That's gonna be it. Wonder Woman to be a 2-time hardcore champion here in FWE. Kick out at 1.
At 1?
At 1.
Oh my goodness.
How? First off, how the kick out? Secondly, how at 1?
I can't believe what I just saw. Wonder Woman trying to put this match away though.
Yeah, Jess is not out of the woods yet. Oh my gosh. Massive drop to the ground. Wonder Woman going up top to the turnbuckle. Oh, went for the elbow and missed. Big clothesline though.
Wonder Woman able to recover from her mistake there, but just still on her feet.
Drop, big slam.
Right as I said, she got to her feet. She was immediately taken back down.
Oh, look at this. Might be setting up. Got the submission locked in here. Kind of a modified sharpshooter. Look at the knee on the back of the head. Just wrenching on that lower back.
Oh, this could be it.
Going maybe for a second. Amazon slam. Couldn't put her away with 1. Hits the second. This is going to do it. Wonder Woman with the cover in. It'll be a short title reign for Jess.
No!
Are you?
What? How?
I don't have words. I don't have words. I don't even know what to call what I just saw.
She kicked out again of the Amazon bomb.
2 Amazon slams, 2 kickouts by Jessica Shelton.
I don't know how Jess is still standing, but now the bear hug submission is locked in.
Jess
trying to fight her way out of it.
See if she can get out of it here. Trying to hit those elbows on the side of the head. Boxes the ears, gets out of it again. This is the endurance we saw of Jessica Shelton in that 20-minute Iron Woman matchup in Gotham Rules, but there's a massive slam by Wonder Woman. Big splash. Here's the cover. Is this going to be it? She's kicked out of 2 Amazon slams, but won't be able to kick out of this. Wonder Woman is the new women's hardcore champion, but what a fight.
Here is your winner, and new women's hardcore champion, Wonder Woman.
And if these two meet up again down the road, I would not be surprised. I want to see this matchup happen again at some point in the future.
Wonder Woman joins Elizabeth Swann and Arios, a multi-time hardcore champion here in FWE. Up next, Robbie Gilvin, Dylan Young in our main event.
Fall out in the air, breathing poison everywhere. Fall out, can't escape. We built the fire, now feel its weight.
We welcome you back here to FWE, getting ready for tonight's main event. And for the first time since Paramount, Dylan Young gonna make his way to an FWE ring. The last time, though, that he came down to the ring, Jack, was at your expense.
Making his way to the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 220 pounds, Dylan Young.
I'm going to be honest with you, Seth. It's going to be a little bit hard to call this one down the middle. I mean, you've seen what Dylan's done these last few weeks. Meanwhile, Robbie, his opponent tonight, is a man who has stood in my corner in one of the biggest matchups of my career so far. So I can't lie. It's going to be hard to call it down the middle, be impartial, all those things that we're used to.
We saw last week Woody as the new FWE commissioner. You had some words with him. It's official. Dylan Young and yourself, Extreme Rules at Fallout with the Triwizard title on the line. Here tonight, though, Dylan Young with an opportunity to take on the Intercontinental Champion.
And his opponent from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at 290 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, Robert
How you think about it, Robbie maybe was the champion going into Paramount that had the worst odds of retaining his title. He expected to be in a triple threat match. It then turned into a fatal four-way. He still left Paramount with the Intercontinental Championship around his waist.
Yeah, it was impressive stuff. He did not appear intimidated at all by the surprise appearance of RJ Bishop, and like you said, managed to retain the title. So really curious what his mindset is with that Intercontinental Championship going forward.
Title is not on the line here, non-title matchup, but Robbie Gilvin, Dylan Young squaring up. I believe this for the first time one-on-one here in FWE. You talked about the inability to remain impartial. I've still got the mentality here too of what Dylan Young did back at Mortal Kombat, taking out a good friend of mine, Jack Sparrow, who was supposed to be in that Elimination Chamber match, inserted himself into that matchup, did Dylan Young. So still a little bit of impartiality on my end as well in terms of the former Triwizard champion.
I mean, he didn't earn that opportunity, and he didn't earn the opportunity that he's going to get at Fallout, if I'm being honest with you. The only reason that the title's on the line is because I had to put it on the line in order to get the matchup in the first place. So he doesn't deserve having the championship around his waist again, I'm going to be honest.
Dylan Young's held the Triwizard title 3 times in his career here in FWE. Right now, though, he is getting a mud hole stomped into him courtesy of the Intercontinental Champion, Robbie Gilvin, firmly in control since the opening bell.
Going to the top rope, dishing out a bit more punishment.
Oh
my.
Coup de grace, double stomp into the gut region, back up to the top again to deliver more offense.
I thought he was going to go to the well one too many times there, but instead he signals for Dylan to get to his feet, and Dylan drops again with that forearm. Has to go to the outside of the ring.
Dylan rocked, looks for a little bit of a respite here. Robbie Gilvin not going to let him breathe. Knees into the gut area. Here's the cover by Robbie on Dylan to put Dylan Young away, and Dylan will kick out at 1.
Robbie, though, immediately going back to work. Has Dylan up and drops him right back down to the floor.
Oh, gosh.
And a knee to the head for good measure.
Oh, and look at this. Is he looking to put this away early? No, I thought maybe he was going to the corner looking for Sweet Chin Music. Instead, big boot sends Dylan to the outside.
It wasn't Sweet Chin Music, but it was still a huge boot to the head nonetheless. And the added punishment of Dylan getting sent over the top rope to the ringside floor.
as we've mentioned, gonna fight for that Tri-Wizard Championship. All started back at Mortal Kombat. It continued at Paramount after my colleague Jack Mitchell put away Ernie the Keebler Elf with the Tri-Wizard title on line in the main event. Dylan Young would come down to ringside, clock him with that title belt, and now has that opportunity inside of Extreme Rules at Fallout to be a 4-time Tri-Wizard champion. Action on the outside here, normal one-on-one rules, so countouts do become a factor here, and referee Ernest Wright got up to a count of 4 before both individuals get back under the bottom rope.
Oh boy. Bit of a neck breaker there, but smart though by Robbie, quickly working his way out of the ring.
You talked about Robbie Gilvin and yourself, the alliance the two of you had going back to the time when you were in that Iron Man match against Thanos. Robbie stood in your corner. So kind of going to bat here tonight against Dylan Young.
If I didn't have to call the match, I'd probably be in his corner here tonight.
That's fair. Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
I don't know if that was a forearm, if that was just a straight out flying punch. But whatever the case was, it looks like it may have busted Robbie Gilvin open. Suplex after suplex, looking for the trifecta on the outside.
I mean, Dylan's holding his own right now, and you know, I do want to give him credit. I really do. I did have respect for the guy, but I just can't anymore after what he's done.
No, the talent is definitely there. We've seen him hold the Tri-Wizard title 3 times, but it just seems like now he's kind of taken the low road to be able to get back into the title picture, as he's going to go up high here. Top rope, senton misses, Gilvin out of the way.
Nicely done, Robbie.
Springboard forearm by Robbie Gilvin.
He's got the momentum in his favor.
Oh,
here we go.
Tuning up the band. Dylan in his sights. Sweet chin music connects. The cover is in. Gilvin to put Dylan Young away in the main event. Gilvin picks up the victory. One sweet chin music is all it took.
Fantastic stuff, Robbie. All right, that's it for me on the desk. I got something to go take care of.
Wait, where are you going? Well, like my colleague Jack Mitchell has just left me here at ringside. Not sure, looks like he's heading down here to the ring. Oh, wait, hold the phone. Callback receipt from Paramount. Mitchell drops Dylan Young with the title belt, and now reigning in the right hands on the man he will face at Fallout in Extreme Rules for the Tri-Wizard title. Wait, hold on, what? The lights have just gone out here in the arena.
The ignorant always boast about what they have accomplished, but they never revisit the scene to prove to themselves that it wasn't just a fluke. Jack Mitchell, your Tri-Wizard champion, has freely talked about his victory over me. He has gone on to do great things in FWE. He has made history in this industry, but he has forgotten who allowed him to get there. You see, I look far into the future while the rest of you stay in the present. I build up heroes. I make people relevant. And then, only then, when they have achieved their magnum opus, when they have reached the top of the mountain, do I bring them back to Earth where they belong. Jack, clearly you have forgotten about me. You've moved on. But I haven't forgotten about you. I never did. Understand this. One day our paths will cross again, and when they do, you will be face to face. Not with a man ready to help you rise through the ranks of relevancy, but who will be prepared to crush you into the earth and show you why I am, and always will be, inevitable.